started in just a minute. If anyone needs to use the restroom quickly, or if you want a second trip to the food, please do that now, and then we'll get started in about a minute. Ready, everyone? We ready? Welcome, everyone. You all look awesome, men and women. Fabulous. So I'm excited to spend the evening with you celebrating the year that was for Harvard Golf. We are here tonight in service of our mission. And William's going to tell us what our mission is.
Our mission is to educate tomorrow's leaders through the pursuit of competitive golfing excellence.
Nice job, William. Well done. So, some big words in there. Educate tomorrow's leaders through the pursuit of competitive golf excellence. That's why we're here. I thought about that quite a lot over the past few weeks as we were at the Ivy Championships. And thinking about our mission, thinking about educating, thinking about learning, thinking about the amount of effort that you all put in. You are all working your tails off last summer, this fall, over the winter, through the spring, and then at the tournament to excel. So you're doing that. You're working hard to excel and to achieve in competitive golf excellence. Competitive golf excellence means performance. We care about performance. Because if we care about performance, we're going to learn as we go through that. So that's why we talk about our mission. Okay. The best education that athletics has to offer is by putting all of you into that situation. Striving for excellence, working to win, working to perform, and to have that achievement level. The things that the two things I think we learned most, and I hope we learned most from this past year as I was thinking about this, watching all of you, enjoying the competitive spirit you all brought to the Ivy Championships. Number one was there is no substitute for effort. Hard work, time put in, deliberate practice, there's no substitute for that. We know that the correlation is not necessarily linear, especially in golf. The amount of time we put in, you don't necessarily see the results the next day. It's not necessarily linear. What we do know is causal, and we do know it's correlated. So the effort that we put in does pay off. And I was heartened to see that those, and we should all know, that those who put in the most time and the most effort tend to have the greatest results and the best results. So that was lesson number one that I took away. Number two was, as we strive to do our best, as we strive to win, we're not always going to win. We're going to lose sometimes. In golf and in other things we do as we go through school, as we go through life, we can't control the outcomes. We can control how we respond to those outcomes. We can control that. Another thing to learn is how we responded to that, and I think we responded really well to working through that, responding how to deal with adversity, responding how to deal with the injuries that we had and had to experience, responding to not winning. And we hope that we learn from that. We hope we learn what to do, but how we respond defines that experience and also tends to define us. How do we respond to that? What do we do next? Where do we go? And if we respond positively to that, and we have the choice to do that, if we respond positively to that, it's much more likely that good things will come next. So those are two things I hope we learned through the season as we went through the challenges and everything we dealt with this year. We want to learn those lessons, so education through athletics, education through what we do. We want to learn the lessons while keeping academics first. We think about the special sauce. There's two ingredients in the special sauce of what we're doing. We're trying to do our best athletically and doing our best in the classroom. And that isn't available to most people. That's available to us. And it's difficult. But that's what we get to do. And we're so fortunate that we get to do that, because that's how we learn, by striving to be excellent in both of those areas at the same time. Look what we've done. The grade point average, which is just one small measure, I know, but it's really impressive what we're doing. So great job, everyone, with all of that, with all the striving. That striving is the good stuff. It's hard, but it's the good stuff. So good. So in addition to the lessons learned, we think at this time of year about appreciation, about gratitude, about all the people we have to thank for the ability to do what we're doing, being here tonight. The friends and the alums allow us to be in this beautiful room tonight celebrating the year and eating great food, all that. So a lot of things to be grateful for, a lot of people to thank. I'm gonna read through the people to thank because I don't want to forget anybody. The first people to thank, of course, as I mentioned, are friends and our alums. They provide us the support that we need to do what we do. They provide us the support to pursue excellence. This program looked very different 20 years ago, 40 years ago. You'll hear from our alums about that. Leslie would be happy to share with you what the program looked like a while ago while we were pursuing a basic program. And now we're pursuing excellence. So friends and alums allow us to do that. Our faculty fellows, we have Jerry Green on the men's side, Peter Carfagna on the women's side. We're very thankful for the connection they give us to the academic part of Harvard and the support they give us. The varsity club, I hope that Diego and Jeff and Katie, the seniors, will join the varsity club as you move off into what you're doing next. They're called Your Team for Life, but while you're in school, they provide great assistance to us in career planning. Taryn and career planning. Casey helps us with a lot of outreach. Bob Glatz, executive director. I hope you'll all engage in that, especially our seniors as they graduate, but all of you in school take advantage of it. Frazier, gotta thank Frazier, right? He works as hard in the weight room. So grateful for his efforts, his love of golf, his love of all of you. So thanks, Frazier, for that. We spent way too much time in the medical training room this year, way too much time with Nikki, and thanks also to Kyle for their efforts on that. We got to make sure we let them hear that thanks. Parents, I'm sure we have at least a couple of parents on the live stream right now. Thank you, parents, for entrusting us with the people that matter most to you. It's a big honor for us to do this, so we're really grateful. So those folks are all what we call the team behind the team, and we're super grateful for those folks. I'm also super grateful for the actual teams. And first, I want to thank the coaches, Nari, Kevin, also include Michael in that. I was thinking over the past few weeks about how we have to have the best staff of coaches there is, in terms of their dedication to what we do, in terms of their commitment to all of you and caring about all of you and doing it for that. We are here for you. We're not here, you're not here for us, we're here for you, and that's what the coaches believe in. But beyond that, because the reason why this group is such a special group is their level of competence, their level of achievement, their level of commitment to excellence. They've all done this. You know, Michael played in 2 straight semifinals of the NCAA championship. Is that accurate? Nari being the best player in the world when she was a junior golfer and would have continued to be if injuries hadn't kept her from doing that. And Kevin being walk-on and then all Pac-10 and being a master professional, one of 300 or so in the country. Incredibly accomplished, competent, accomplished, achievement-oriented folks who can help you accomplish excellence in what you do. So grateful for the 3 of you. So thank you. Team members, the most fun I have, and I say this to people that ask me about what I do as director of golf, and the most fun I have is being with you all individually. Today, after being with 4 of you individually, I have so much more energy when I leave those things. They light me up, and I'm so grateful to have that time that I spend with each of you, helping to try to make this place more accessible, better for you, and think about things that might come after. So thank you, team members. You inspire me, you elevate me, and I'm really grateful for that. Seniors especially, we have 3 pretty good seniors here. Best class ever. Is that better? Best class ever. Jeff, Diego, Katie. Playing a varsity Division I sport for 4 years, and I say this every year, is a major accomplishment. The things you go through, you all can share with others, but they can't understand it till they go through it themselves. It's really special to do that. And I'm so grateful for you all and to be a part of that. And you're such wonderful people. So thank you. So on that note, Vanessa's going to tell us what the vision of Harvard Golf is.
Our vision is to inspire. How do they do that in all who encounter Harvard Golf?
Our vision is to is to inspire. How do they do that among all who encounter Harvard Golf? So good job, Vanessa. Thank you. We didn't get a round of applause for you. William. Great job. Iris reminded me beforehand that I needed to give him a heads up before I called on him. So thank you. Thank you. Yes. How do we do that? And what are we talking about? First of all, we're talking about what I mentioned earlier, the secret sauce, striving to be our best in the classroom and on the golf course. Winning while we do that, right? So what are we talking about with excellence? We're talking about winning. Winning while we do that. So we want people to be able to say, how do they do that? One of the ways we do that, and circling back to the gratitude and thanks, is we do it because of the team. We got to be thankful for each other, and we have to be thankful for all the people that allow us to make this happen. So all the people that I mentioned, so thank you. Why are we here today? We're here because of our mission. Why are we here for today? We're here to celebrate you all. We're here during the year, we celebrate effort and process, and tonight we celebrate effort and achievement. So looking forward to hearing more about all of your great achievements from this year, and with that I'll hand it off to the coaches and they'll take you here. They'll take you forward.
Thank you. Echoing Fred, I also want to say to our friends, our alums, Aaron McDermott, Tim Troville, Frazier, Nikki, Kyle, parents, Leslie Grice for being here, just everyone. We couldn't do any of this without you. We're so grateful for what you do. Fred, thanks all you do for me, for each team, for our program. You spend so much time, energy, and true expertise in order to help each of us pursue greatness academically and athletically at Harvard. Each of us in this room have tons to thank you for. None of us would be here literally without you. Special thanks for our new indoor, which is really incredible and amazing. The first indoor that I experienced at Harvard coaching was a small room with a sheet. So we're a little bit better off than we used to be. So yeah, it's incredible. Thank you so much. Michael, thank you for always helping us to execute on everything, for supporting our operation, for always being so positive and helpful, usually behind the scenes. We really appreciate you. Thank you. Nari, congrats on being an amazing team member of Harvard Women's Golf. We get asked about 50 times a year, is she part of the team? Is she a team member? And I'm very jealous, so I don't get asked that. Seriously though, thank you for being such a great friend and a huge credit to our profession. You know so much about golf and you care so much about our team members. Harvard is very lucky to have you. And then Lisa and Penelope and Lola, thank you for being amazing. For always being supportive of my time with the team, time on the road, and just for supportive about golf in general. All three of you are awesome, and I'm very proud of you. And yeah, I truly appreciate your love and support. Thank you very much. This year was a year that I'm very proud of. The year started filled with promise, and I think we made very good strides forward. Our culture is in a great place with huge emphasis on thinking, saying, and doing. Excuse me, what all the best players in the world do, for supporting one another, and for playing winning golf while truly excelling in the classroom. As Fred referenced, the team GPA in the fall happened to be 3.95, 3.948, I think. It's incredible for you guys to be able to excel at that level academically while also doing what I know you guys do from a golf standpoint. We played in some of the toughest weather I've ever experienced coaching at the Hamptons and also first day at Princeton. Those were truly exciting days. And we also, in that weather, nobody ever complained, ever, which is really unbelievable. If I went around to any other team, you'd hear grumbling, you'd hear, this is why we can't be successful. And you guys only sought to operate well and learn from the conditions that some of you had never played in before. That we couldn't quite always get all of the pieces to fire at the same time. We'd have multiple rounds good, and then the next day it might switch a little bit. So that made it the tiniest bit uneven. But we still, we were solid all year. We had 2 8th place finishes, a 6th, a 5th, a 4th, 2 3rds, and a win at Glen Arbor by 14 over Seton Hall and 15 over Yale. So we had a 291.3 non-adjusted scoring average this year, which is top. It's either 4th or 5th all time, even with first round at Bethpage Black without getting to play a practice round, first round at Hamptons, and also first round at Princeton. So that's pretty impressive, even building in those rounds. So great resilience, man. I'm really proud of you. We had 2 seniors in Jeff and Diego, who I'll talk about in more detail later. But you guys provided outstanding leadership and mentorship, not just this year, but all 4 years. You've really left your mark on the program. You're 2 of our better players ever, or best players ever, that are also, as Fred alluded to, that are great people with great values. You leave the program in a better place than an already great program was. So thank you very much. Junior Darren Choi and his gorgeous swing worked your game into the best place that it's actually been. It was really rounding into form as the year went on, as evidenced by being second low for our team at Princeton. Well done, D. Sophomore Joe Hartano showed strong play and work ethic throughout the year, leading off with a -4 in round 2 at Doc Gimler. And I thought you were going to shoot the same thing on the black. You hit it that was some of the best that I saw you hit it all year. So that was fantastic. And you looked like you were going to go low in every tournament. So keep on going. Fellow sophomore Brian Fang continued to display the best putting and short game on the team, with a highlight being T12 at Glen Arbor Tournament in the fall. Well done. And we had an extremely strong class of first years that brought not only talent, but huge desire, excellent work ethic, and the promises of even greater things to come. Barry had finishes of 5th, 6th, and 7th, as he displayed some of the most versatile shot making that I've ever seen within our program. I'm being very serious about that. Yayan was in 2nd going into the last round at Doc Gimler to start the year. Had a good chance to win, which was fantastic right off the bat, and showed your big talent and huge work ethic all year. He's a sponge with information and is working to help the team both short-term and long-term. It finally came together like I thought it could by tying for 2nd at Ivy Championship. That was fantastic. And incidentally, he also was medalist yesterday at Crump and Fox in first stage of U.S. Open qualifying. So best of luck in sectionals. And go get through so we can cheer you on at Oakmont. So William had a runner-up, 2 7th-place finishes, and only 1 tournament finishing outside the top 25 the whole year, on his way to making 2nd team All-Ivy for the season. And then you were, along with Captain Jeff Fang, who also made 2nd team All-Ivy. That's fantastic, so well done. More later. But with the legacy that Jeff and Diego are leaving, mixed with the current players and culture, and a great group coming in next fall, I'm really quite optimistic about the coming years. Congrats, guys. I'm extremely proud of you. Thank you.
Before speaking about our season, I want to say thank you to our men's team, the best neighbors we can possibly have. Your passion for the game inspires us, and we draw inspiration from your hard work. Congratulations to our seniors, Jeff and Diego, on your accomplishments. I feel so fortunate that we got to play together on some training trips. I wish you well after school, and I know you will continue to accomplish great things. I want to say thank you to Michael for helping both teams, from booking travel to helping us assemble the great indoor space that we have. Michael, thanks also for coming with us to Ivies. We greatly benefit from your ongoing support. Thanks to Fred for helping us ensure we have the best resources we need to be successful. Fred, you are a great mentor to all of us, the best in the world at pinpointing the factors that help us succeed. It is a rare skill, and I often wonder how you do it, but most of all, I'm grateful we're on the same team. Kevin, thanks for always offering good perspective and advice when I need it the most. Even though you have a lot of other responsibilities, you always make time to help me and our ladies do our best work. We cannot thank you enough for the support you show us year-round. Now on to our women's summary. Knowing that we had strong returning team members and a special group of first years, we were prepared to hit the ground running as soon as our fall season began. But our plans were challenged when we were met with unforeseen events, including multiple illnesses and injuries, starting from week 1. The focus of the fall season quickly shifted to regaining physical health and gaining playing experience. In all, we competed in 3 events as a team. Despite our unusually low numbers in the fall, we put up 2 top 5 finishes as a team and 5 individual top 10 finishes, which is a testament to the perseverance of our team members. Given our lower rep count as a group, we knew what to do in the off-season to prepare for spring. Team members rolled up their sleeves and got to work. They spent time with their home coaches and signed up for winter events. They returned to campus ready to work. We moved to structured practices this year to maximize our practice hours. During training trips, we worked on areas of the game that were harder to work on indoors, including pitching and short game reps. Our group's efforts resulted in scoring average dropping by 13.5 shots in the spring. We added 6 individual top 10 finishes and 2 second place team finishes, including 2nd at Ivies. I know that with continued effort from our team, we can add Team Ivy Champion to our list of accomplishments. I want to congratulate my team on a very successful season. You showed a ton of grit and resilience on and off the course, and I'm really proud of your work. I also want to take a minute to recognize a few of our team members who made contributions to our team this year. Lucy. You are a strong performer and a kind teammate. I often hear strongly positive comments about you from our team and community. Thanks for being a great ambassador for our golf program and reinforcing our team's values. Bonnie. Your resilience this year inspired me and your teammates. I was so impressed by your ability to adapt to challenges. I'm excited to see what you can achieve in the next 2 years. Michelle. You showed a lot of resilience as you worked through an injury that started the first week of school. Your focus and determination never wavered, and I know the best is yet to come. Bridget. This season may not have gone the way you hoped from a golf standpoint, but I know you are a strong person and player. I hope you know how much your teammates love you and miss you, as I hear it often. I'll turn it over to Kevin to start the men's award.
So our first individual award is going to be the Rob Erickson Team Player Award. There's going to be a description at the beginning of the video that's playing. But while right after Nari mentioned the ladies, just know, again, it's very incredible. I know there was a lot to deal with this year. I'm always a little extra special interested fan in what the ladies are doing for sure. And for you guys to finish second at Ivy's, despite all of that, was really incredible. And Katie, extra special stuff. Again, she mentioned seniors graduating. I can't believe you're already graduating. It does feel like time has gone by super fast. I'm also very excited to see what you do after school. So congratulations on a great career. So, all right, so sorry, on to Rob Erickson Team Player Award. Diego's one of everybody's favorites that's ever been on the team. He's awesome to be around all the time. I mostly associate him with two main things. One is a stud player, and then two, a fantastic ambassador for Harvard Golf. Whenever he's playing at tournaments, he's always running into multiple people that want to see him. If we're somewhere and he's not, people are asking, where is Diego? Just because he's super enthusiastic, he's charming, and he's got the right value system, and he just does all the things that you hope someone would do that's playing for your program. He's the only Harvard player that I know of that's qualified for a PGA Tour event, played in the Puerto Rico Open as a sophomore, which was an amazing accomplishment. And he cares about the program a super lot. It's been something that's evident from day one that he wants this program to be as great as it can be, and you feel that every day in what he brings.
Yeah, so Diego's a really great guy. I recall last semester, at the very beginning of the year, even before the first day of classes, Diego and I had just finished up a practice session at the indoor area. And this was before I got my scooter, so I was preparing to make the journey back on foot, about a 25-minute walk. And Diego had his scooter, so I was like, you know what, Diego, like, you can go ahead. Like, I'll just walk back by myself. But Diego was like, nah, man, like, I'll walk back with you. And that really was a very meaningful moment for me, especially just being a freshman in the first week. And I don't even remember what Diego and I talked about on the way back, but it just was a really meaningful moment for me, and I knew Diego had my back, and I've been really grateful for his support on the team.
There's so much I admire about Diego. So first would be his work ethic and the level of focus that he puts into everything during practice, outside of practice, in school and academics and elsewhere. Second would just be his love and evident amount of knowledge of the game of golf. He always has interesting perspectives to share about courses, about designers, about the history of golf, and it's just evident that he really loves the game. And third, and I think most for me, it's just how easy it is to share a laugh with him and have a great conversation with him. So this past tournament, I roomed with him in Savannah, and I found out that he actually keeps a book of interesting economics facts that he reads before he goes to sleep. So I guess pretty good material. And from that, we were able to have so many great conversations that went late into the night. Apologize for that for Coach, but just moments like these that are so often so easy to have with Diego just really make me admire everything that he has, all the perspectives that he shares, and I'm just so glad to have him as a teammate.
Something that really impresses me about Diego is throughout all the years that I've known him, he's been extremely resilient, and he also brings a certain element of fun to the team. So in terms of resiliency, his swing has been through a lot of different changes, and even now as we head into our final semester here, he's constantly working on narrowing his margins and getting better every single day. He'll spend extra time after practice is done and everyone has left. And then throughout all of my college years, he's been my best friend. And so it's been really great and a privilege to have known him and to have a friend as good as he on the golf team. I just remember distinctly throughout our college years here, we've come to the indoor golf facility and messed around, and sometimes we'll come and just try and swing it as hard as we can and try and get our club speed up as fast as we can. So those are some of my fondest memories of Diego. He's just really a great guy who brings a lot of resiliency and fun to the team.
Yeah. Not quite yet. Sorry. Just a little bit extra. Sorry. The main three things I want to highlight that weren't already said in the video are: one, Diego, I've become more and more convinced that if you don't decide to do finance, I actually think you should go to Hollywood and try to be a movie star. I like every time I see you on there, again, your charisma, your smile, your like way, it's not fakeable. This is just who you are. It's awesome. So I think you should do that. Amplifying what the video said about you, your character and your sportsmanship. As the year went on and you got closer to the end, you became even more and more selfless and expressed your desire to help the team over and over again. You came to Ivy's as a sixth man, which can be a conflicting position to be in. Even if your feelings were conflicted at all, you over and again buried some of those feelings and manifested positivity, support, and care for helping the team play its best. It's easy to do that when things are perfect and you're playing exactly the way you want, and very difficult to do when everything's not giving back everything that you're putting into the game. To me, that's leadership, doing the right thing and sometimes subverting personal feelings in order to help the team to perform its best. And three, I think in ways that we've talked about, this is just an aside, in some areas that might have been tougher on your golf game short term, but I think will serve you in the very long term. I think you've made maybe some of the most progress in your personal development arc of any team member that I've ever seen. I'm very proud of you, Diego, and congratulations on a fantastic career.
Thank you to everyone for being here. Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Kevin. Thank you, Nari, and thank you, Michael, as well as the friends and my parents. I'm sure my dad is watching. I just want to say, I guess, a few things. I grew up in Puerto Rico and playing team golf since I was 13, and I knew I always wanted to play college golf. And so thank you, Fred, for the opportunity. College golf and team golf in general, it adds that common goal to the game that I think it so badly needs at an individual level. And I think it's just been amazing. And yeah, just thank you for the experiences, as well, just teaching us how to think. You know, what do you want, and how do you do when you're at your best? I think those two questions are just so important. So thank you.
Thank you.
On to our first women's award, the Warren Smith Sportsmanship Award. The description should be coming up, and then the video will play. Katie's always had plenty of poise and maturity. She's very self-assured. These qualities have served her well over the last 4 years. What I most admire about Katie is her reliability as a teammate and as a team member. She's always there for you whenever you need her. She's always there offering great advice. In addition to that, she is someone who naturally wants to bring out the best in others. So in that way, she's a great role model for the rest of the team and also a great leader for us.
As our senior and my mentor, Katie has taught me so much about what it means to be a leader. She's also shared so much wisdom with me over the last few years. And during the fall, when I had to take a medical leave, she was able to send me messages, take the time to make me feel like I was still a part of this team and that I was really with the group even when I couldn't be there physically. And that really meant an incredible amount to me.
What I most admire about Katie is how disciplined she is as an athlete. Katie has been dealing and battling with her injuries, but she still shows up to lift, and she takes care of all her businesses at PD.
I think what I really value about Katie as a teammate is how much she really cares about the team and really goes out of her way to check in and make sure that everything's going all right. I think for me, especially at the start of fall semester, I ended up with a foot injury that I wasn't expecting, and Katie at the time was also recovering from her surgery, and despite dealing with her own health issues, every once in a while she'd always text to check in and also grab a meal every now and then, and I think that really helped with both the transition into college and college golf, and also the unexpected transition of having to deal with an injury.
Katie also has a great job in New York lined up already, so she'll be heading there this summer. But I'm also glad she's not too far away so we can visit more regularly. I'm gonna try not to, you know what, Katie. Katie, many people in our community have described you as an old soul. Someone with wisdom and maturity beyond your years. Over the past 4 years, I've come to see not just that maturity, but also remarkable inner strength. You've shown us what true character looks like, not just in good times, but especially in the face of challenges. You never seek the spotlight or make excuses. Instead, you lead by example, working hard, staying grounded, and lifting others up. That quiet resilience makes you a role model on our team. What truly sets you apart is how you balance your drive for excellence with genuine care for your teammates. Your unselfish spirit reflects what this sportsmanship is all about. Katie, thank you for your calm presence, steady support, and all you've given to our team. Though injury cut your time short, I'm grateful we had the chance to grow together. We'll be cheering you on every step of the way for what's ahead. Please come up.
Okay, oh no, Nari started it, now it's not gonna stop. But I wrote a few notes because I just want to make sure I say everything I wanted to. One of the biggest skills that I've learned from Harvard Golf, outside of everything we've already talked about tonight, is the power of expressing gratitude. We always write thank you notes. I now carry stationery with me everywhere I go. I hope everyone else does too. But this is my thank you letter to Harvard Women's Golf for having me for the past 4 years. Thank you to my teammates for showing me what it looks like to work tirelessly, to strive for excellence, and to support each other at the same time. I've learned how to be the woman I want to be from all of you and all of my teammates since I joined the team. I've also made friendships for life, which I'm very grateful for. Thank you, Nari, for your wisdom and support. It's rare to have leadership that you believe in, that you trust, and that makes you want to be your best self, and you do all of that for us, so thank you. Thank you also for pushing us and for reminding us how amazing our goals are on and off the course. You show the most interest in our lives and academic pursuits of anyone in my life. You've taught me the power of awe and determination. I've said it about 20 times since Ivies and countless more to myself, but I don't know what I will do without you, Nari. So we will definitely be in touch, and I'll be seeing you frequently. And then thank you to my family for supporting me through the years of junior golf and throughout college. I love you guys. Harvard Golf has been part of my life forever, and I'm honored to have experienced what it means to be part of Harvard Women's Golf firsthand. From first joining the team to seeing a group of alumni over spring break this year, I've been awed by the kindness, poise, and accomplishments of our team members. I'm humbled to be part of this program for life. Thank you, Fred, Nari, and Kevin, for the opportunity. I'm thrilled to see where my wonderful teammates go in the future. As we said, it's a really talented group. I'm so proud of you all. I'm your biggest cheerleader, and good luck without me.
So William Ma, he's already making a big impact as a freshman on our team. That comes from personality, it comes from level of play in his game, it comes from the way that his peers react to them. He said something earlier this year when we were up at Dartmouth and we get our practice round, then we go get food quickly, and then immediately they start studying. And so like he and a couple other people went into problem sets. And so about an hour into their second night of problem sets in the middle of a 54-hole tournament, I go by and I kind of like look over to the guys and I was like, Will, how's it going? And I expected, oh, this is awful, this whatever. And he looks up at me and he puts a big smile on his face and he goes, Coach, this is what we signed up for. And it's like, people might not think that's a big deal, but the way that he embraced it and really owns that this is what we're about and has a great attitude about it, it's the best thing that we can have. It's what we hope and aspire to with regard to all the very difficult things that our players balance. And if they can, take an inkling of that and bring that to every day, we're the best team that we can be. So thanks, Will, for being that way.
Something that I admire a lot about William is the fact that he cares a lot. And you can tell that he cares a lot, not just about golf, but about his academics, about his future career, and about his relationships with his friends and people on the team. And I think that that's made him a really good player and also a really good student who has a lot to contribute both to the team and also to Harvard College.
Something I really respect with William is his discipline and his efficiency. We might be on a 5 or 10 minute drive in the van from place to place. He'll pull out his computer, his iPad, calculator, and he'll do maybe 1 or 2 math problems while we're driving from place to place. So really he's able to maximize his time really well. That's really cool.
The thing I really admire about William is how he's always up for new challenges and he always delivers.
Before school started in the fall, I went with William to Core Golf just to get some extra reps in August. And instantly I was impressed by how William struck the golf ball. The sound and the height was something that I'd very rarely seen before. Overall, William is just a tremendous player, super disciplined, the nicest guy you'll meet. And he's really inspired me to just kind of work on parts of my game that I didn't know how to improve. And outside of that, he's just a super smart guy, and I'm excited to see what the remaining 3 years have for him.
Congratulations on a great year, Will. I'll mostly let the video speak for itself and won't go into too much, but I'll just say, dude, you're a stud. You're going to be extremely important for us for the next 3 years. And all in all, you're just a very rare student athlete. And so all the stuff, I know those put a smile on your face for sure, but don't stop being you. It's awesome. Just keep rocking it, dude. Well done. Congratulations.
Hello. First off, I just want to thank all of you for being here tonight. You guys make Harvard Golf special, and I'm really appreciative of each and every one of you. I want to thank Coach Fred, Coach Kevin, and Coach Nari for all that you guys do for Harvard Golf. Thank you for being so invested in us, both on and off the golf course. You guys uphold the values of Harvard Golf, and you make this program what it is. So we're incredibly appreciative of you all. Could we please give them a big round of applause? Yeah, so I came in last semester with pretty high expectations for myself. Had a whole list of goals that I wanted to work towards achieving for this first year. And first few weeks of college was definitely a big wake-up call for me. I realized that college is a ton of fun, but it was also a lot harder than I thought it would be. I was a little all over the place on the course first few weeks. I think Coach Rhodes remembers well. We had to like go back for my rangefinder like 6 times. So we were actually running a marathon and playing golf. So it was a good time. I would be lying if I said that the rest of the year was all smooth sailing. There were plenty of times where I felt pretty frustrated with myself, but in those moments, I just always tried to remind myself, like, hey, if you had told little 11, 12-year-old William out there hitting balls that he could come here and play for Harvard Golf, he would have been so happy. And that's really been the most important thing for me this year, is just to be grateful for the opportunity that I am here and not lose sight of that fact. I'm here with you all at the greatest place in the world to receive an education and playing a sport that I love. It just doesn't get much better than that. So I'd just like to extend a huge thank you to all of H Golf again. It's been an awesome first year. I'm looking forward to bringing home some more hardware the next 3. Go Crimson.
We're putting seniors next time. The next award is the Leslie E. Grice 80 MVP Award, and I'm thrilled that Leslie is here tonight to give out the award herself. I'll let the description play, and then the video should play out.
To me, Vanessa really represents an incredible player, but at the same time, a super funny and deeply caring friend. Last fall, we traveled to Delaware together to play as individuals, and she really made the experience super memorable for me, always asking to take pictures or videos and kind of laughing about various things. But at the same time, she posted a great tournament finish, shooting 74, 70, 69 to place 3rd. So it was really cool to see someone who's so good at golf be such a caring and empathetic person at the same time. So, yeah.
Something we've talked a lot about as a team is trying to bring more confidence and more self-assuredness to how we operate, especially on the course. I think Vanessa really embodies that. It's unusual to find a freshman who's so sure of herself while also being competitive, but she just goes about her business, she gets everything done, and she does it with humor and confidence that I really admire, and I think brings the team all together closer to how we want to be operating.
Vanessa is probably one of the most hardworking people I know, and paired with her talent, she's pretty much unstoppable on the course and in the classroom. I know countless times where she has come in when we had days off and still chose to spend time to practice, keep her game in check, and she's always on top of her work inside the classroom, and is just like so inspiring to see her be so on top of things.
Vanessa, this season didn't start the way you hoped, but instead of letting that slow start define your year, you made a decision. You chose to grow from it. You learned from the tough moments and used them as fuel. I watched as you refined your practice habits, whether it was playing the Prim alone, spending extra time on the back range, or logging hours at the indoor facility. You put in the work when no one was watching, and shot by shot, your game sharpened, and the results followed. Your dedication didn't go unnoticed. Your teammates and I watched with admiration. You didn't just lead us with your performance, you led with persistence and grit. It's an honor to recognize you as this year's MVP. Your season scoring average of 72.6 is the lowest in our team's history, a record that speaks volumes about your dedication. I'm looking forward to seeing you represent our team at regionals next week. You make all of us so proud. You can come out too.
Oh, sorry.
So unfortunately, I didn't have the foresight to pre-write the speech, so I'm just gonna wing it and hope that I keep it brief, brother, as per Fred's recommendation. I want to thank all of the alums and friends for making everything possible, for allowing us to chase excellence everywhere that we go. I want to thank Michael for organizing everything behind the scenes, Fred for allowing me to be here, and of course, Nari and Kevin for being the best coaches I could ask for. It's really been such an honor to be able to come in and do the work that I would love to do every single day, and I really couldn't imagine a better place to be. I want to thank all of my teammates for making it so fun to come in off hours, just to see a smile on their faces and to work together and have a couple chipping matches here and there where we compete for things in the friends closet. That's been a true highlight. But yeah, this is really the first year that I couldn't have asked for anything better, and I'm so happy to be here. So thank you for everybody who made this possible for me.
All right, this is not time for my cameo. But Vanessa, thank you for being a wonderful recipient of this award. What a tremendous start to your collegiate career. You know, I've had the privilege of giving this award to many people before you that are deserving. You are deserving just in that right, too. So I can't wait to see what you do in the next few years. Congratulations. So I just, I'm going, if you'll indulge me, just for a moment or two, I truly look forward to this dinner every year. More than you realize, and it's great to be here with both the men's and women's teams, both of my teams. And I do have to thank the coaches and everybody who supports this program. It is absolutely wonderful to see how this program has just evolved and gets stronger and stronger in every year. And to the coaches and to Fred, way to go. And Fred, when you were up here talking about the mission and the values, oh, I was getting pumped. I was like, I got to go back to work and do a deal. You know, I got to go. It was, you got me pumped up. It was amazing. Also, please do keep all those videos and emails coming because people are watching them and they're really enjoying them. They get to, I don't know, relive their college experience a little bit and enjoy watching the talent that you have on the course and all the fun play. They are interesting. It is interesting, some of these videos that you send, by the way, and what you choose to show and all. But I do see some good swings in there in between the shots of food and everything else. But looks like you have a good time when you're there. You know, it is great to follow your season. You know, and I followed the men from the Doc Gilmer to the Ivies and the women from the. Actually, someone's got to tell me who Doc Gilmer is before I die, but I don't know. Anyway, and I watched the women from the Nittany Lions tournament all the way through to the Ivies too, and good luck to the postseason performers, right, in the regionals and also in the Open. Good luck. You know, Fred said something about I'll come up here and talk about the past. I'm not sure about that, but I'm not sure if I want to go back 40 years, but I will go back 4 because. I was thinking before coming here how different my collegiate times were perhaps than all of yours over the last 1, 2, 3, or 4 years, right? You've gone through just a tremendously difficult time here in the country and at the university. And for the seniors or juniors who entered during COVID, oh my gosh, what a different time that was. And for some reason, when I was flipping through the web the other day, I came across this little poem about golf during COVID. You'll bear with me here. The pandemic, golf's crazy years. When COVID made its call, the Masters played in November and the Open not at all. Quarantine closed the courses, the return in fits and starts, partners socially distanced, riding in separate carts. Then optimism was in the air, a vaccine was on its way. Though the winter would be difficult, there were hopes for a better day. And as long as the golfers were hopeful, a second vaccine would be nice, but the golfers' dream didn't come true a vaccine to prevent a slice. So I'm making light of what COVID was, but it was a difficult time. And I know some of you went through that and got through that, and I hope during that time golf was a little bit of an oasis for you, and a nice contrast and balance to everything that else was going on. But I hope it continues to be a balance, because today is a really difficult time for the university, and I'm sure it wasn't easy being a student over the last few years, and on top of that playing Division I golf. So I hope golf continues to be your oasis. The golfer's path, a journey long, with every shot, a chance to belong. Through bunkers deep and water wide, in every swing, a golfer's pride. Challenges faced on every round, in the game's silence, whispers sound. A test of skill, patience and might, under the sun and sometimes moonlight. With every putt, a story told, of dreams and fears, both new and old. In golf, a journey of the heart, where every end is just a start. For the freshmen, starting on your college career, great. For the sophomores and juniors, much more to come. And for the seniors, the start of a new chapter in your life. I hope golf stays in your life. I hope golf values stay in your heart and your actions. And I wish you many birdies in life. Thank you.
That was really great, Leslie. Thank you. All right, our last men's award individual for the night. Please take a look at the description on the screen. Jeff is also one of my favorites that's ever come through the program, and there's a lot of reasons why. I think he's tied for the best that we've ever had at putting himself in a place that encourages performance. He just doesn't ever get in his own way. It allows him to just be in the place where his very considerable golf talent has the best chance to shine and show on every shot. And it showed. I mean, his scoring stuff, he's tied for the single lowest round at six under. I think he's got the low 36 and 54 records for our teams ever. So much so that, like, one of the themes that's fun for this year is basically if Luke Clanton is, like, gonna play on the PGA Tour, and so, like, Luke is better than most college players, then Jeff, who has beat Luke Clanton, he must be better than, like, most of the tour players. So anyway, Jeff, we think he should turn pro. Anyway, his golf skill, you wouldn't know it from the way that you talk to him, but he's an unbelievably talented guy. He's one of the best iron players we've had. He's the best putting from off the green to close to the hole guy we've ever had and will ever have. And just, he's a joy to be around that just does whatever it takes all the time to try to make us as good as we can be.
So what I admire most about Jeff is, like, his ability to be unbothered and unaffected by, like, the conditions that we play in Maidstone and in Savannah, when we were playing in some insane hurricane conditions, and Jeff is just shooting up the leaderboard. And then if you look at him playing on the golf course, he doesn't even have an umbrella in these crazy stormy conditions. So it's super inspiring to see how he can deal with these tough conditions better than guys like Luke Clanton, like Ben James, and even like Carl Phillips, basically. So it's very inspiring to see Jeff perform at that level in those tough conditions every time.
The thing I admire about Jeff is that the way he mentors the freshmen as well as, like, the sophomores. So especially with me, we were at the Savannah tournament, and there was this econ concept that I didn't really understand. And we were at the gate just waiting for the plane to pull up, and then Jeff saw me struggling a little bit, and he took 20 seconds to look at what I was dealing with, and he delivered a perfect 15-minute lecture that answered all my questions.
So Jeff is the person I've spent the most time with at Harvard from day one, my freshman year. Freshman year, every day we'd go after practice and go have dinner and go play ping pong. Nowadays we'll go to practice and go lift after, and honestly, like, we've just been best friends since kind of that first month freshman year. And we talk a lot about how you're a mix of the 5 people you spend the most amount of time with, and I'm really happy to be a little bit more like Jeff now. He's super disciplined, whether it's in the gym, on the golf course, in school, and he puts 110% effort into everything he does. And he's also just so even-keeled. And I think I've trended more in that direction in everything I do, whether it be golf or otherwise. And I'm really grateful for Jeff. He's been a big contributor to how my attitude has changed over my time at Harvard, and I'm just grateful to spend so much time with him. Like getting all nostalgic now.
Well said, Diego. Jeff is one of the truest embodiments of the sometimes difficult to describe Biff Jeeks Award. It's hard to fully describe Jeff to anyone. Jeff is uniquely Jeff and truly awesome. He always asks how others are doing. He always presents positively around the team, even if he's tired, which he never is, even if he disagrees with someone, even if a shot turns out differently than he wanted or expected. His consistently positive operating mode, especially for someone who's intense, ambitious, and a high achiever, is rare. As captain, he models correctly all the time. He sometimes uses tough love with teammates when needed. That's a version of his own inner toughness, but always in the spirit of helping others, never being on a power trip. He cares the least about equipment of any team member so far. 96% to his benefit because, as Joe said, he's completely unbothered, which is so useful, and 4% to my annoyance because it might slightly affect performance. I'm not sure if he used a new glove in 4 years. He only replaced drivers that he cracked with his 127-mile-an-hour club head speed because I made him in the name of team performance. He just does so many things uniquely Jeff that he pulls off that I let him do more things that I would never let others do than any team member so far. For example, I've seen him hit driver off the deck to an island green to 15 feet at Cutter Creek in North Carolina. Same situation the next day. He may or may not have hit it 40 yards over the green. Playing in a match against UCLA at Virginia Country Club, I've seen him putt from in the rough, off of a downslope, through a barranca, up a slope, onto the green, inside 20 feet. He's tough as nails and completely mentally disciplined with his pre, during, and post-shot routines. Along with Brian Ma, he has the best post-shot acceptance of any team member ever, without ever losing his edge, his intensity, his focus. Again, so rare. I commend his mom and dad and stepdad for helping Jeff become who he is. Whenever we'd have an individual meeting and I'd reference an idea or a book or a philosophy, he'd say, "Judy had me read that when I was a kid." Judy's his mom. Jeff's parents, well done. Thank you for making my coaching of Jeff completely unnecessary. At the Ivy Championship this year, one of the Ivy League administrators went out of her way to stop me and say, "What is Jeff Fang doing after school? He's seriously going to make a difference in the world. He's as impressive a student athlete as I've seen in any of the sports in the Ivy League." You fooled them, Jeff. Just kidding. In short, congratulations on an amazing career. I'm also very proud of you. Thank you, Jeff.
I'm going to try and, as Fred said, keep this brief, but with all the nostalgia and just all the memories here, it'll be a little tough. But as we've talked about, tonight is a night of gratitude, of being thankful, and there's just way too many people that make this program what it is and have made my experience what it is. So I'll make an attempt at thanking everyone I need to, but I know that I'll probably come up short. First of all is Fred, of course. Thank you so much. You were my first contact of Harvard Golf, and you welcomed me into this family in open arms, and I just couldn't be more grateful for you having that impact on me and changing my life. Next up, of course, Coach. You're what make this, you are who makes this family a true family, and you're with us day in, day out, long drives. You're like a father away from home for me, so thank you so much for that. Next up, I have to thank my own parents as well. Mom, Dad, Al. Thanks for supporting me on my dream to play college golf. It's been everything I wanted and so much more. Also, I want to thank my girlfriend Anna for being very supportive throughout all the years here. And then, of course, can't forget the Friends of Harvard Golf. You guys really help enhance and make this experience that much better. Of course, I also have to thank my fellow senior, Diego Saavedra de Vila. We've been through it all, and you've been by my side through just like everything. So really appreciate that. And then last but not least, I want to thank the team itself, and not just this generation, but all the generations that have come before, who have really shaped who I am and made me a more complete person. The last thing that I'll leave all of you with is that this is a program that will give you a lot if you put a lot in. So put in the work, have fun along the way, and Diego and I, we will look forward to seeing what we know that you can and will achieve. Thank you.
Okay, the last award of the night is the Women's Biff Cheeks Award. The description may come up again, or the video will just play.
What I most admire about Iris is how much she pushes herself and how she's also able to just deliver on that end. I think there are just countless examples of this, but the best example happened this morning at Lift. We were doing jumping pads as a warm-up, and Coach Frazier at the end of the last rep said, "Iris, like you should try again and see if you can hit 20." And Iris just went up on the chair again, and then just was able to push herself and was able to deliver.
I don't think there's a singular moment that can really capture all the work that Iris does for the team and for all of our experience here at Harvard. But I think before, if you were to ask me, who do you see as your mentor, I wouldn't be able to answer that question. But after knowing Iris, I think she truly embodies everything that I look up to and I aspire to be. She's been so thoughtful and selfless through the entire process, whether it be planning for tournaments, structuring our practice, or even giving us advice outside of the course and outside of the classroom. She's always supportive and always ready to pick up the phone when we need any kind of help.
I think something that I'm really, really grateful for is being able to have Iris as my mentor in the women's golf mentor-mentee matching program. How cool it is to have someone who is insanely organized, as on top of her stuff, and also as kind and just really always there to provide advice. I think being able to have her as my mentor means being able to get meals with her outside of just team dinners, and I think having that one-on-one time with her has been so valuable for me, and all the tips I've learned for the transition into college and college golf is just really, really valuable.
Iris, your work was cut out for you this year. We had a large incoming first-year class, we were navigating an unusual number of illnesses and injuries, and the adjustments you were making to your game required extra attention. But you never backed down from the challenge. You supported and mentored your teammates and worked diligently on your game until you saw progress. By the end of the spring season, your scoring average dropped to 75.0, the lowest of your college career so far. What sets you apart is not just your perseverance, but what you consistently give to others. Whether it's the energy you bring to workouts, the way you uplift your teammates, or the leadership you show behind the scenes, your impact runs deep. The Biff Cheeks Award honors the team member whose fighting spirit drives both themselves and their teammates to achieve more, and you embody that spirit completely. Thank you, Iris, for your grit and leadership and for helping us believe in and become something greater as a team this year.
Hello, good evening, everyone. First off, I want to thank friends and alums for allowing us to be here tonight. Thank you, Fred, Nari, Kevin, Michael, for just being the best college golf team ever. I tell this to everyone on my team all the time, that every time I go to coaches, I'm always so impressed of how highly functional our program is, and I'm always so proud of how everyone operates out there. So really grateful to have the opportunity to be on this team. I remember during captain lunch this spring, we were asked, each captain was asked to say one thing that they find surprising about captaincy. And then one thing that Jeff said, I think is really true. Jeff said that he was surprised how the program allows, our program specifically, allows its captain to really shape this program's future. And I think I definitely, felt the same way. I think that, thank you, Fred, Kevin, Nari, for creating this really important leadership role that really just made me become a better player, a better leader, and also a better person. I'm really, really grateful for my teammates for trusting me, for allowing me to be your captain. I'm just very grateful to be here to do this for you guys. I enjoy every single success that every one of you have throughout the season, in the past, and in the future as well. So I'm just really excited to do more extraordinary things with you guys next year.
We love you, Ira.
Good. Just a few closing thoughts.
I forgot. Do senior stuff.
Yeah, we've got some captain's cups for our outgoing captains, the little cups you get to take with you. We have the ties. Jeff has a second tie now. Leslie, I think you might need to scoot. Thank you for being here. Thank you for presenting the MVP award. We really appreciate it. You're such an honored guest. Let's hear it first of all for those award winners and the speakers, both for winning the awards, but how impressive it was to hear from all of you. Great job. That was fantastic. And unlike William, I'm not clapping, getting people to clap for you to suck up to you. I'm clapping because I think you were great. Nice job, William, getting everyone to clap for the coaches. So thank you. Good work, everyone. Really impressive. The thoughts I have while I'm listening to all of you and the sentiments you shared was really, again, inspiring for me. So just a few closing thoughts. Dr. Richard Hackman wrote a book about leading teams. And in that book, he talked about the three times that are important to insert ourselves as coaches and talk about things to do. First is at the beginning, we talk about the effort that's needed. In the middle, we talk about the strategies we have and should we change anything. And at the end, we talk about what did we learn. So as we stand here at the end of the 25 season, we've already talked a little bit about what we learned. We should understand that that's what this is for. We should think about what do we learn from what we went through this year. And if our mission is to educate tomorrow's leaders through the pursuit of competitive golf excellence, that's about learning. What do we learn this year? If we don't win Ivies, can we call it a successful year? If we're here to win, can we call it a successful year? And I would argue yes, as long as we learn from it. As long as we learn from it and take that learning into action. We talked about what we learned. You all will have your own thoughts about what we learned this year. And we all share the goal of winning Ivies, moving on, and doing things from there. We can call it a successful year if we learn from it and if we take that learning to apply it to action to make it better for moving forward. So let's make sure that we do that. We can have a successful year even when we don't win. Let's do that. just a final congratulations, especially to our, it's obviously especially meaningful for me and for Caroline to be here to have Katie be a graduating senior. But congratulations to our 3 really special graduating seniors. Congratulations to the award winners tonight. Congratulations to those who won, Vanessa, for winning Ivy Championships, and those who win otherwise. So great stuff. Really a pleasure and honor to be with all of you tonight. Thank you. We have the cake and we have a sundae bar, so please spend time enjoying that and enjoying time with each other. So thank you.